A huge welcome to the 2022 ISUZU Ironman African Championship Nelson Mandela Bay and the all-new inaugural edition of the ISUZU Ironman 70.3 Nelson Mandela Bay. This is your race briefing for both events. A lot of the information is common to both events, but there's also information that is specific to each individual race. The whole point of the race briefing is to ensure a level playing field for all athletes, to ensure an equal opportunity for you to get to your finish line and get your medal. As athletes that are registered in the event, it is your responsibility to have downloaded the athlete guide, your responsibility to know the rules and to know the route. Please be sure you've read the athlete guide and that you've read the rules. They are available to you online. We are still racing under COVID-19 regulations. Be sure that you are aware of these regulations and how they affect your involvement in this event. You need a valid COVID-19 vaccination certificate and passport, or you need proof of a negative COVID-19 test, either a PCR or a rapid test, which has been done by a medical professional. Please ensure that the PCR test has been done no earlier than 72 hours and the rapid test no earlier than 48 hours ahead of coming to the event. Rapid tests are available on site at registration. Cost to you will be 180 rands. Should an athlete test positive on site, you will be asked to leave the venue and not be permitted to enter registration. Please contact Ironman South Africa offices post-event and we will arrange to have your race pack sent to you. Masks still remain compulsory indoors and should be worn throughout the registration process, the welcome pasta party, inside shuttles, tents, and at the award ceremony. And please also exercise the social distancing of 1.5 meters. Please keep your hands clean and also use sanitizer. Just a little look at the all-new Boardwalk Mall, and your entrance is from the Beach Road side with the Shark Rock Pier behind you. Enjoy this awesome new mall, lots of new restaurants, lots of coffee shops. Just across from where you enter the expo and you make your way into level 1 of the basement parking is where you'll find your bike maintenance shop. The welcome banquet Friday, and that is starting, doors open at 7 p.m. and we'll start on stage at 7:30. And let's enjoy ourselves. It's been so long since we've been able to do this. The welcome banquet is for Ironman athletes only, those of you doing the Ironman African Championship, and your Ironman athlete wristband is your ticket to access the venue. Saturday morning, we start with the racing, and it is the Corporate Triathlon Challenge. It's happening at Kings Beach. Kings Beach is your venue for your transitions and your swim start. That will be on Saturday between 6 and 11:30. This means Ironman athletes and 70.3 athletes, no swimming to or from Kings Beach until 9 a.m. in the morning. No cycling allowed from 6 a.m. until 10:30 along Marine Drive, from Drift Sands Drive to Noordhoek whilst the CTC is happening. And CTC athletes will make use of the promenade and the pathway between Kings Beach and 4th Avenue until 11:30. Please be aware and give them right of way. Your racing starts essentially on Saturday afternoon with your bike and gear check-in at the Kings Beach car park between 1:30 and 5 p.m. All participating athletes must check in a bike and the gear bags in transition during these time. Only athletes are allowed into the transition zone. Check-in on Saturday at the transition will be via the bike in out gate, so that's closest to the road. Bike maintenance will be on site. Please make sure that you've already pre-checked your helmet to make sure that there's no cracks or any damage. Your helmets will be checked. If there is a problem, you'll be sent to Expo or bike maintenance to buy a new helmet. This is in the interests of your health and safety. You may not custom mark your gear. You may only use the stickers that we provide you. You may not cover your bikes overnight. However, you may cover your electronics. Nothing may be left on the bikes overnight. all loose gear must be in your transition bags, and we recommend that on race morning, that's when you clip in your shoes, when you put on your computers, when you put on your bottles and your nutrition. Any technical equipment like computers, batteries, etc., we recommend you connect to your bikes on race day morning. It is your responsibility to know what equipment you are or not allowed to use. Please check out the website and check out the athlete guide. Remember that your bib number is compulsory on the bike and run, so ensure that your race bib number with your race belt is in your bike bag with your helmet. Transition bags must be hung on the racks provided in the change area. It is illegal for an athlete to interfere with another athlete's gear. No one is allowed into transition after 5 p.m. on Saturday. On race day morning, for the Ironman athletes, your transition opens from 5 until 6:15. For the 70.3 athletes, you open from 6 until 7:15. Just an overview of where you'll enter transition zone at the Kings Beach car park. So you'll come down off the promenade, off the road, you'll enter, you'll rack your bike, then you'll go hang your bike bag and your run bag, and you'll exit from the bottom, which is the same way you'll leave when you head towards the swim on Sunday morning. On race day, we do have shuttles running along Marine Drive from the Paxton Hotel to the Radisson Hotel, up and down from 4:40 a.m. until 6:30 a.m. to bring you to transition zone at Kings Beach. Please wait on Marine Drive. They do not come to your accommodation. Then also from 5:30 in the afternoon, the shuttle will run from the Hobie Beach car park at the finish line near the Blue Waters Cafe to Kings Beach to take you to fetch your bikes and your gear. The shuttles will not operate post-event, taking you to your accommodation. Just looking at the shuttle route, so from on the far left of your screen, the Radisson Hotel, to the far right of your screen, the Paxton Hotel, taking you to Kings Beach and back from 4:40 a.m. And then in the afternoon, from in the middle of your image there, the Hobie Beach car park, taking you to Kings Beach, where you can collect your bike and your gear. Ironman transition access between 5 a.m. and 6:15, 70.3 transition access between 6 o'clock and 7:15. Please enter the transition at the bike out, bike in gate and exit through the swim in, run out gate before heading to the swim start. Ironman athletes using personal needs, you will drop these bags in the demarcated pens before entering transition, so closest to Marine Drive. Bike maintenance will be available. Do one last check of your bike and your gear. We will have pumps for you to use to pump up your tires. We strongly recommend you do not bring your own pumps. If you do bring a pump, you may not place it in the streetwear bags. You have to leave it in the storage area, and please ensure you have clearly marked your pump with your race number and name. Spectacles, hearing aids, asthma pumps, etc. can be left on the table as you exit transition, and you collect these then again at that same spot after the swim before you go into transition. Remember, please, you may not interfere with another athlete's equipment. When you leave transition, follow the designated path between the Super Tubes building and the Kings Beach Life-Saving Clubhouse towards the beach. Ironman 70.3 athletes, access to the swim start holding area will only be from 8 o'clock. Please remain in the Kings Beach car park area until this time. This is to ensure that there's no interference with Ironman athletes finishing their swim, making their way to transition. As you make your way towards the swim start area, please leave your streetwear bag in the demarcated area at the Ironman truck, and we will make sure these are waiting for you just after the finish line. Also ensure that you have the official event swim cap with you and that you have your timing chip. And please attach your timing chip with belt to your left ankle. Left ankle, the opposite side to the drivetrain of your bicycle. Ironman accepts no responsibility for valuables left in your transition bags. We do have additional toilets available just out the transition area, the main ablution block as you make your way down to the path to the beach start. No chip, no time. Make sure your timing chip is on your left ankle. Place it underneath your wetsuit, not over your wetsuit. If you require a new timing chip, you can get this from the dropout clerk gazebo outside transition, but we also have spares available at the swim start area, so do not panic. We will ensure that you have a timing chip. It is your responsibility to request a new chip. If you lose yours, you will be invoiced 1,500 Rand. Every athlete who withdraws from the race at any time must report to the dropout clerk. They'll record your details and they'll take a photo, and they'll also take your timing chip. Dropout clerks are available at the medical pods on the beach, outside transition, and at the finish line. Athletes who withdraw from the race will have access to their streetwear bags. Medical office officials, safety personnel, and Ironman staff also have the right to withdraw you from the race if we believe you're incapable of finishing within the cutoff times and in the interests of your health and safety. Toilets are available for athletes inside transition and on the way down to the swim start. You may not do a water-based warm-up, so please do a thorough land-based warm-up before entering the swim start area. Please check out the Swim Smart guidelines on our website. There is no self-seeding. You line up on a first-come, first-served basis. We have 10 channels for you to line up in. There's 1.5 meter gaps between them. Please ensure you keep the 1.5 meter gap between you and the athlete in front and behind you. If your swim cap breaks or you lose it, we do have additional swim caps available at the end of the swim shoot. Professional men will start at 6:30 a.m. This is for the full Ironman. Professional women at 6:35. The Ironman African Championship rolling swim start will be at 6:45. Ironman 70.3 rolling start from 8:50. 10 athletes every 10 seconds. And remember, your bib number is compulsory on the bike and the run, but you may not swim with your bib number. So just looking at the path down to the swim start area, as you look at the sea at Kings Beach, you start closest to the MacArthur pools on the far right-hand side. You will exit on the left side of this image, and you'll run your way up on the path towards your transition zone. The swim course, it's the Roker swim. It is an anti-clockwise swim. So the first red buoy, you'll do a right turn. Thereafter, the next red buoys are left turns. The 70.3 athletes, you will do a shortened version of the Ironman course. So 3,800 meters for the Ironman athletes and 1.9 kilometers for the 70.3 athletes. 70.3 athletes, you have 1 hour and 10 minutes to complete your swim. Ironman athletes, you have 2 hours, 20 minutes to complete your swim. If you miss the cutoff, you may not start the bike course and you'll be reflected as a DNF in the results. When you exit the water, you may strip your wetsuit to hip level. Thereafter, any and all changing can only happen in the change area. There are showers to rinse off the salt and foot troughs to clean off your feet. Note, the swim is an ocean swim. There will be waves at the swim start and the swim exit. It is expected that you have the ability and the conditioning to complete an ocean swim. Pro wetsuit temperatures under 16 degrees Celsius, it is wetsuit compulsory. Over 21.9, non-wetsuit swim. For amateur age groupers, it is different. Likewise, under 16, wetsuit compulsory. However, non-wetsuit over 24.5. Typical water temperatures between 20 and 23 degrees Celsius. We're looking at an average of about 19 to 20 at the moment. If the water temperature is between 12 and 13.9, it'll be a shortened swim. If the water temperature is under 12, it'll be a cancelled swim. Keep the first red turning buoy to your right, all the other red turning buoys on your left. Yellow buoys are guider buoys. Small orange buoys near the large inflated buoys, these are the ones that have shark shields attached to them. There is a medical tent just outside of the transition zone along the swim path. However, there will be no physio available. When you enter transition from the swim, collect your bike bag. Changing takes place at the mats and not at the bag area. Note that public nudity is prohibited. Check that your timing chip is still in place on your left ankle. If not, check inside your wetsuit first. Otherwise, go to the dropout clerk gazebo to get a spare timing chip. There will be no sunscreen supplied by Ironman. Please ensure that you bring and apply your own. Place all your swim gear, wetsuit, goggles, and cap into your bike bag. It is your responsibility to ensure all your equipment is placed in your bag. Tie the bag closed and drop your bag in the drop zone outside the changing area. Please ensure that you have your bib number on and it is facing backwards. Make sure that your helmet is on and chin strap is fastened before you touch your bike. Follow the dedicated path as you make your way through transition, pushing your bike. Only when you get to the mount line may you mount your bike and start riding. Transition closes to all athletes 10 minutes after the last athlete. So you'll run up from the beach, through the showers, through the foot troughs, into transition, grab your blue bag, go to the mats, get changed, pack your blue bag, leave it in the drop zone, run your way to your bike, push your bike to the mount line, and then you will start riding. The bike course is 2 laps for Ironman, 1 lap for 70.3 athletes. Turn right out of transition onto Marine Drive, direction the M4 Settlers Highway. Cycling is European style. You ride on the right-hand side of the lane you're in. Keep right, pass left. I stress, you cycle European style, keep right in the lane that you're riding in, pass left. Along the beachfront, athletes will be on the right-hand side of the landside lane. At the M4 intersection, turn left onto Walmer Boulevard, which eventually becomes Buffelsfontein, over the hill onto Seaview Road. On entering Seaview Village, there's a sharp left turn onto Elizabeth Road, be aware, and through the village of Beachview and over Maitlands Hill, the turnaround point is approximately 1.3 kilometers from Destads Road. From here, return along the same route until you reach Heron Road, where you'll return right past Grass Roof onto Sardinia Bay Road. At the intersection of Sardinia Bay Road and Victoria Drive, you'll turn right. Be cautious around the sharp bend at the base of the hill. Follow Marine Drive all the way back past Kings Beach and the transition where you'll either start your second lap for the Ironman athletes or you'll turn to transition if you're a 70.3 athlete. We do have cutoffs. From the start of your swim, 10 hours and 30 minutes to complete the bike and transition if you're racing Ironman. If you're racing 70.3, 5 hours and 15 minutes. Aid stations are approximately every 20 to 25 kilometers on your right-hand side. We have a 0 litter policy. 100 meters from the start to the end of the bike aid station is your litter zone. Please dispense and discard with any items in those zones. All products issued to athletes will be sealed. There's no personal seconding allowed, not even at the personal needs station. So there's plenty on offer for you at the aid stations. We have water, we have Gatorade, Morton, and we have Biogen bars. So plenty available for you. Grab from the volunteers, shout thank you, and off you go. Personal needs. Access to your personal needs bags is only when moving between Admiralty Way and Transition. In other words, you'll have the sea on your right and you'll have the buildings on your left. When you get to 8th Avenue, you'll turn off left into this little service road. If you're grabbing your personal needs, the volunteers will guide you to where your bags are. Take what you need, dump everything in the dump zone, and only then get back on your bike and continue riding. So here's a little look at of where you'll go. You'll be coming back from Nelson Mandela University. You'll have the sea on your right-hand side. You'll get to 8th Avenue. If you are using personal needs, you'll turn off left. You'll go into the slip road. You'll rack your bike. Grab your personal needs bags. We have toilets there for you as well. Take what you need, put it on your bike, into your pockets, discard, then get back on your bike and filter back onto the race route. Be aware of the athletes around you, please. Penalty tents, we have 2 of them. One is located at the turnaround point and the other one is just as you pass the finish line area and the Boardwalk complex. There's a Celtics garage, and on your right-hand side, in this little filter lane, you'll see the penalty tent there. If you receive a penalty, you must go to the first penalty tent that you go past. If you go to the wrong tent, it'll be a DQ. If you do not show up, you get a DQ. If you report the wrong color card, you get a DQ. All the penalties are per Ironman race rules. However, this event, littering is a DQ, no argument. The draft rule is 12 meters, front wheel to front wheel. You have 25 seconds to make the pass. Once you start the pass, you must complete the pass. Once passed, the passed athlete must drop back. Yellow card is a 1 minute penalty, 30 seconds for 70.3. Blue card is a 5 minute penalty. Red card is a DQ. 3 blues is a DQ. Littering is a DQ. Crossing the center white line is a DQ. And electronic devices are a DQ. Referees will only talk to you if you are being penalized. They'll blow their whistle. They'll call your race number. They'll ask you your surname. They'll show you the card. They'll tell you the reason for the penalty. Your responsibility to report to the correct tent and give the correct color card you received. We do have bike maintenance in transition pre-race out on the course. We have static maintenance out at Seaview, Elizabeth Road intersection, Victoria Drive aid station, and 8th Avenue near personal needs. We do have 6 motos out on the course as well, but you need to be very self-reliant. It's on a first come first serve basis. We have 700C tubes, we have tire levers, we have pumps, and only the cost of the tubes and the bombs, as we call them, the CO2 canisters, will be sponsored. Everything else will be for your account. No maintenance may be undertaken whilst serving a penalty. If for whatever reason you drop out during the race, we do have SAG at the maintenance turnaround at the Victoria Drive and Sardinia Bay intersection. Essentially what will happen is you'll have to wait until that SAG vehicle is filled, and only then will it bring you back to the finish line. If you stop out anywhere else, we strongly recommend you make your way to the nearest aid station. You'll be collected with your bicycles off the course, and bicycles will be transported back to the transition zone. We do have cutoffs. The bike course cutoff is recorded at the timing mat where you enter transition. If you do not cross this mat within 10 hours and 30 minutes of starting your Ironman, or 5 hours and 15 minutes of starting your 70.3, you will be cut off. If you miss the cutoff, you'll be a DNF in the results. When cut off, your bike will be taken away from you and racked in transition. We do have additional bike cutoffs, but this is for full Ironman athletes only. The first cutoff will be at the start of lap number 2 on Marine Drive. You need to pass Kings Beach by 1:30 in the afternoon. The second one would be the maintenance turnaround. You need to have been through there before 3:15. So you're done with the bike. You get off your bike at the dismount line, push your bike into transition, and please rack it at your rack point according to your racked race number. Only once you've racked the bike may you unclip your helmet. Follow the route through transition to your run bag. Get changed at the change area, and please be sure that you pack your helmet back in your run bag and any other gear you do not need. Leave that in the drop zone and exit onto the run course. So you'll enter transition from Marine Drive and you'll exit transition at the bottom the same way you went out to start your swim. The Ironman run course is 42.2, the 70.3 is 21.1. It'll take athletes around each turn point either 4 or 2 times respectively. It's fast and fairly flat. When exiting the transition, you'll run around the transition perimeter fence and turn right onto Marine Drive, and you'll make your way towards the city. Your first turnaround will be in front of the Virgin Active Gym in Humewood Road. Looking at your aid stations, remember the run course cut off first. Ironman athletes, you have 16 hours and 45 minutes to swim, transition, bike, transition, and finish your run. For our 70.3 athletes, you have 8 hours and 30 minutes. You cannot receive treatment from the main medical tent as you run or walk past. Aid stations are every 2 to 3K. All products are self-serve at the aid stations. Please only touch what you need. You may not litter. We have a litter zone in and around the aid stations. Please discard there. No personal seconding, no electronic devices. We do not have penalty tents on the course. It's pretty much done on the run, stop and go. No non-athletes are allowed down the finish line or the finish chute. Here we go. Athletes, you may not bring friends or family, or pets, children, goldfish, nothing down that finish line with you. This is your finish line. This is your moment. If you bring a non-competing person down the finish line with you, you will be disqualified. Awesome volunteers will be looking after you out on the run course, just like on the bike course, and plenty available for you there. Water, Gatorade, Coca-Cola, Morton gels, bananas, potatoes, sandwiches, Biogen bars, and more. And we also have Red Bull aid stations for you to give you wings. We do have personal needs. Access to this bag is only when moving in the direction towards transition. So with the sea on your right and the land on your left. Volunteers will guide you to your bags. Just remove what you need and then leave your bags in the demarcated drop area. You may only access your bag once, so choose your lap that you wish to do so. Please remember, do not leave anything valuable in those bags, because anything not used and not collected will be discarded after the race. Appeals can be lodged against another athlete or referee's decision. This must be done within 15 minutes after you cross the finish line. However, no person may file a protest which requires a judgment. Please advise one of the Ironman staff members on site soonest, and they will take you to the head race referee. The head race referee located at the dropout cloak gazebo outside transition, and when the bike course closes at the dropout tent in the Ironman village. It'll cost you 500 Rand. Should you be successful, this will be reimbursed to you. Additional run cutoffs. This is for full distance Ironman athletes only. There will be a cutoff at 10:30 at night before you start your last lap. You need to start that last lap before 10:30 at night. If you miss the cutoff, you'll be non-finishers. Athletes who drop out during the run need to go to the dropout clerk and register as not being on the course. All athletes that have been DQ'd or cut off will be sent an email of advice at the end of the race. You have until 9 a.m. Monday the 4th of April to query this. Thereafter, the results are final. On completion of your race, you'll receive your finisher medals. You'll receive water at the finish line. The finisher t-shirts are available in the area post-finish line, and this will be per what you ordered during registration. If you need to swap your shirts, this will only be able to be done on Monday between 9 and 1 at the Boardwalk in the level 1 parking where you did your registration, where Expo was. Once you're done, please remove your timing chip and chip belt and place them into the bins provided. Collect your streetwear bags so that you've got some nice warm dry clothing to wear. Enjoy the food and refreshments at the final aid station, and please come back to that finish line to celebrate those last athletes. It's 70.3, but especially our Ironman African Championship athletes. Come back between 10 p.m. and midnight. The party will be going, and let's celebrate all those athletes. From 5:45 onwards, we will have shuttles taking you from the Hobie Beach car park to Kings Beach, where you can collect your gear. So just looking at the finish line layout, you'll run off Marine Drive, you'll be on the far right, and you'll run down the finish line. 70.3 athletes, you run down the landward side of the finish line. Ironman athletes, you run down the seaward side of the finish line. So grabbing your gear and your bike post-race will be between 5:45 and midnight. The shuttles will take you there from Hobie Beach. We will look at your race number on your wristband and compare that with the race numbers on your gear bags and your bicycle. If you cannot collect personally, please give the bike checkout card to a trusted friend or family member. Please do not hand bags over the fence. You must leave transition with your bike and with your bags. Do not ride your bike back to your accommodation without wearing a helmet, and please don't hang those gear bags off your handlebars. We've seen too many people take a tumble. All bikes and bags must be collected by midnight on Sunday. Once again, it is illegal for athletes to interfere with other people's gear. So you will enter transition zone from the seaward side of the Kings Beach car park, basically the way you exited for the run and the swim. You'll grab your bags first, then your bike, and you'll exit towards Marine Drive. Slot allocation, we have 60 slots for the Ironman World Championship, Kailua Kona, Hawaii, 6th and 8th of October for those athletes racing the Ironman African Championship. We have 45 age group slots for everybody racing the Ironman 70.3 Nelson Mandela Bay. And those 45 slots are for the Ironman 70.3 World Championship, St. George, Utah, this year, 28th and 29th of October. When you collected your registration packs, you were asked the question, should you qualify? Do you intend on accepting? Hopefully you've said yes. And then on Monday, the 4th of April, between 12:45 and 1:30 for Ironman African Championship athletes, if you've automatically qualified for your slot, please come to the Boardwalk Convention Center and accept your slot, receive your slot, and do your online payment. Ironman 70.3 athletes, you come between 12 and 12:30 to collect your slot and to complete the online acceptance and payment. Awards and trophies. Yay! We get to have an awards ceremony again. Just like we're having a welcome ceremony again, we have spectators again. Yes, the ISUZU Ironman African Championship, the Ironman 70.3 Nelson Mandela Bay is back to almost 100% normal. So the award ceremony will be for the Ironman and the 70.3 athletes together Monday evening, doors open at 6 p.m. here at the Sun Boardwalk Convention Center, where we're having the welcome. It's going to be awesome. Please be there. The awards dinner is for athletes only. There are no tickets on sale for family or friends. This is due to our COVID restrictions. Your athlete wristband is your access ticket. We'll be doing 70.3 Nelson Mandela trophies to the top 3 athletes per age group. For our pros in the Ironman African Championship, we'll be doing top 5 male, top 5 female. So we're really going to have an awesome celebration. Tri-Club athletes, yes, we will celebrate you, but it won't be on Monday night. To all our Tri-Club athletes, please come on Monday morning to collect your trophies, and we can't wait to celebrate with you. Athletes must be physically present at the awards dinner to collect their trophy. Post-race, Lost and Found is at the Sun Boardwalk Convention Center Level 1 parking area between 9 and 1 on Monday. Likewise, shirt swaps between 9 and 1. Timing queries, you can check it on www.ironman.com/Ironman South Africa. And certificates will be available online within 14 days after the event. Make sure you get all your family and friends to download the Ironman Tracker app. It rocks. It works like a dream. Also, tell everybody to follow the race on Ironman Now on Facebook and YouTube, and please follow all our socials. We also want you to help us help the kids, the official Ironman for the Kids charity. You can get your friends and family and colleagues and everybody to track you. They just SMS your race number to 39408. It'll cost you 15 Rand, and it all goes to our Ironman for the Kids charity. We also have the Ironman for the Kids Helper Hero. Please check it out online, www.ironmanforthekids.co.za. Hashtag support a hero. We have 45 of these athletes racing in orange over the race weekend. And good luck to all our Ironman for the Kids athletes. But you too can be a hero. Please go online and find out more. So we do have alternative course procedures. So if for whatever reason we shorten the swim or we cancel the swim, we do have various scenarios. So listen up. This will be communicated to you also on race day morning, just after 6 a.m., and we will advise you how things work. But here's some basics around it. Scenario 1, for the Ironman short and swim, all athletes, transition is normal. Distance for the swim will be 7 buoys, but still the full 180 bike and 42 run. The pros will start at 6:30, the men, women at 6:35, and the age group is from 6:45. Scenario 1, for the 70.3 short and swim all athletes, it'll be a 3-buoy swim, but still the full 90 bike, the full 21 half marathon run, and we will start the rolling start at 8:50. But this will be communicated on race day morning to you, but fingers crossed, we won't have to do this. The second scenario is that the pros swim, but age groupers will bike run. So the announcement will be made in the morning. Age groupers, you will have a rolling bike start from 7:30 onwards. The pros will have their short and swim at 6:30. So we'll tell you, okay, it's a bike run only. We'll send you back to transition. You'll get changed out of your wetsuits into your bike gear, put your wetsuit gear into your bike bags, and the transition will close at 6:20 whilst the pros do their swim. Age groupers, you'll self-seed yourselves in the chute towards the bike exit, and we'll have a rolling start for you every 5 seconds from 7:30 onwards. The bike cutoff will still be 8 hours and 10. Scenario 3, swim is cancelled for everybody. The pros will start their bike at 7 a.m. and Ironman 70.3 age groupers, Ironman age groupers, you'll start at 7:30. 70.3 age groupers, you'll start at 8:50. Okay, so here again, we'll make the announcement. You'll go to transition. You'll get changed out of your swim gear. You'll be fully in your bike gear, helmet on, etc. The pros will start, and then you will line up at the bike out, and we'll have a rolling start for you. Again, your bike cutoffs remain 8 hours 10 for Ironman athletes, 4 hours 5 for 70.3 athletes. Notes for age groupers in scenario 2 and 3, the Ironman bike cutoffs of 8 hours 10 and 70.3 cutoff of 4 hours 5 still remain, and this will be calculated post-race by the timing team. Run time for the Ironman 42.2 remains 6 hours 15. Total accumulated race time will thus be 14 hours 25 for Ironman. Ironman 70.3, 21.1 is 3 hours 15. Total accumulated race time will be 7 hours 20. So we're subtracting 2 hours and 20 of swim time for the Ironman. We're subtracting 1 hour and 10 of swim time for the 70.3. Please note that you could be a DNF post-race basis verifying by our timing company. All that's left to say, it's so special to have you here in the friendly city, Nelson Mandela Bay, the home of Ironman racing on the African continent. For our ISUZU Ironman African Championship athletes, we wish you an incredible day. For the inaugural ISUZU Ironman 70.3 Nelson Mandela Bay, you are going to have a blast. Good luck. Okuhle kodwa sterkte.